Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is now 6:40 a.m. You are listening to Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It's Friday, y'all. We made it. Got some things to talk about and give you some quick, with the emphasis on quick updates before we go live here. As you know, at 8 o'clock, we will be live on Facebook with the news. Today is Jeanette Splaining, so get ready for that. Quick news blurbs. Fox Valley Habitat for Humanity shouts out. They'll be holding a virtual Kahoot trivia family game night fundraiser from 5:30 to 7 p.m. And that's going to be tomorrow. It'll be on Zoom. The public is invited. Proceeds will benefit the Crystal Lopez family home at 654 Spruce Street in Aurora. That was Habitat's 2021 Faith Build by Area Faith Communities. Funds raised will go towards building supplies for the Lopez home, and all proceeds will be matched by Thrive Int Financial Services of Oswego. Trivia categories include 80s music and movies, U.S. geography, national calendar days, logos, Disney movies, celebrities, Fox Valley Habitat, Faith Build, and other Habitat categories. Sounds like the Fox Valley Habitat you would only win if you were a member of Fox Valley Habitat for Humanity, because then you'd know all of that cool information. But yeah, there is a link and a registration to register, play, and for raffle tickets as well. We've posted that link to our Facebook page, so check that out, and it'll also be in the comments of the Facebook page when we go live. Okay. Summer events have been announced for Aurora, and the list is quite extensive. I'm only going to give you a couple of them. This is the weekend for the Alley Art Festival. So today is First Friday. Tomorrow starts the Fox River Arts Ramble. Art shows by local artists at 8 downtown locations. It's going to be a lot of fun. Wednesdays at the Plaza. Free summer concert series is returning to the gazebo at Millennium Plaza from July 14th to the 11th of August. Concerts will feature a variety of genres and local bands from 7 to 9 p.m. Movies at the Museum, an outdoor film series pilot kicking off Sunday at the Aurora Regional Fire Museum. Check that out. The series featuring classic and throwback films will be weekly on Thursdays during July. All right. Water Street Mall is going to be the place to be on August 28th because Alley Art Festival will possibly return on the 28th from noon to 5 p.m. Local and regional artists as well as local musicians are always part of the activities. Very, very, very cool stuff. All right, so get on out there and have some fun this weekend, and be sure to tune in Monday. Monday is going to be a very special day for Good Morning Aurora. Also on Wednesdays, as you know, Buenos Dias Aurora, the second largest city's first bilingual news podcast, is on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. So join in the discussion in Espanol. And that is the news. All right, good morning to you.
Good morning.
How you guys doing?
Blessed, and you?
I'm doing pretty good today. It's a nice Thursday. So for our listeners and our viewers, let us know who you guys are and where you're from.
I'm Marilyn Wilson, and I'm from Wheaton, Illinois.
Okay.
Yep, my name is Calvin Wilson. I'm from the west side of Chicago.
All right. And together, you are the team behind Second Chance.
Yes,
right?
CW, Second Chance.
CW. All right. So for our listeners who don't know, what is Second Chance?
Second Chance is for anybody who had any type of problems or went through any situations and now they're given a second chance. You know, God always says, you give people a second chance. Don't always go off of your first view of them. Have a second thought about them.
When did Second Chance start?
Over like 3 years ago.
Okay.
What had happened was I saw some people living in tents, and I started paying attention to the people holding signs, right? And I was like, how can I help them? So what I did was I prayed, and I came with a solution, to do something. So when we first started out, we just passed out waters. You know, and as that progressed, you know, we were able to just talk to a few people and a few friends, and we started adding different things to that. So we had got to a point to where we started out giving a lot of different things like hats, gloves, coats, just to provide the needs for the people that's living in tents. You know, a lot of people don't understand that everybody go through something.
Right.
So.
So you bring up the tents and the tent city in Aurora. That's been a big issue for since like the beginning of the year, maybe even last year. It's been going on for a while, right? Talk about that recently. Where is that located, and how can people find out about that?
Basically, they tore a lot of the tents down.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like right off River Street, across the bridge, in the woods. So by them tearing a lot of tents down, a lot of people now, they just like freelancing anywhere. You know, and we just found a place like a couple blocks from here. You know, so what we do is we just go in there and just build a relationship with the people. You know?
Now, you grew up in Chicago.
Absolutely.
Tell us about growing up in Chicago. What was that like?
Man, it was like in the situation, man, growing up in Chicago, it was just a whole lot of different opportunities, you know, and it was rough. It was rough.
What part of Chicago are you from?
West side.
The west side. You did mention that. What, in your opinion, what does Chicago need most? At least right now. Love?
To sum it all up, love, man. People just care about the people in the community more. You know, and I think the publicity that people in Chicago receives, you know, it's always bad. You know, it's good people in the neighborhoods too. You know?
Yeah. You know, in individual houses, on individual streets, there's people doing good things all the time.
Right.
I mean, there's people with nice grass on the west side. They got bird feeders. They got wind chimes and all that. They got a new Nissan Pathfinder in the driveway.
Absolutely.
So to the point that you're talking about, I do agree. It's not all broken glass and violence.
Absolutely.
The narrative, though, somehow makes it seem like it is that.
Right.
But that's the reason why I asked that question about what it needs the most. You know what I mean? Because I think we, as African Americans, know the truth, but for people on the outside looking in, they may not know that. You know what I'm saying? Now, you grew up in Wheaton.
Yes.
What was Wheaton like growing up?
Peaceful. I mean, Wheaton compared to Chicago is like you in a whole nother world. Cause I grew up, I was in the suburbs. I had everything in front of me. You know, I had my family, my grandparents and all them showed me love, and you know, it wasn't rough for us to be. We could play in the streets. We could, you know, but you know, when I met my husband and going on the west side to Wheaton, it was like different between night and day. So.
Now, what school did you go to? What school did you graduate from in Wheaton?
Wheaton Central High School.
Wheaton Central High School.
It's not there anymore. They tore it down. It's a grocery store now. It used to be right there on Main Street and Roosevelt, in Wheaton, right there on the big where what's.
I'm not laughing because your school got torn down. I'm just laughing because like typically it's the other way, right? They get rid of a store or something and make a school.
Right.
Yeah.
But they got rid of a school and made a store?
Well, because they built another school, Wheaton Warrenville South. It's called Wheaton Warrenville South.
Okay.
But it used to be called Wheaton Central. My mom went there, and my aunts and everybody, me and my brothers and sisters went there and graduated from there. And then they split it up and made it Wheaton Warrenville. And then my kids started going to Wheaton Warrenville instead of Wheaton Central.
Interesting. Warrenville is next door to Wheaton. Is that right? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Warrenville's like a little town, and Wheaton's like, you know, it's around it. So Warrenville's like Oak Park in Chicago. You know, it's like a little old town.
Yeah.
And then Chicago's all around it. So that's what Warrenville is.
Right. That's right. Interesting. Calvin, what school did you go to?
I went to Austin, and I transferred with Proviso Weeks in Maywood.
Okay. Austin and Proviso. Nice. Calvin, growing up, what impact did your mom have in your life?
Man, she instilled everything, you know, because I grew up in a single parent house. You know, my dad left, so everything that she instilled in me, as far as principles, pride, respect, everything came from her. You know what I'm saying? But it was like she couldn't teach a man how to be a man, you know what I mean, coming from a woman aspect. So she did, you know, like the caring part and the loving part, but when it came to the rugged streets, you know, I had to man up. So I was put in a lot of different situations, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, as far as fighting and violence and things of that nature. Because she couldn't teach me that. All she can do was teach me how to be acceptable and loving, caring, and kind.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So she had a great impact in my life further on. You know, as I got older, when I was able to understand what she was really trying to teach me. Because she'll tell me to say sorry, and I'm at schools with people that's throwing bricks. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, her impact, man, she set the groundwork, but I didn't receive it until like later on in my age. You know what I'm saying? Later on in life.
Funny how that happens, right?
Right.
Think you know it all when you're 15.
Right. Yeah.
I got this.
You can know it all.
Same question for yourself, but just a little bit different. What impact did your dad have in your life growing up?
My dad had no impact in my life. My grandfather had all the impact in my life. I was raised by my grandfather. I lived with my grandmother and grandfather and my mother. So.
When we talk about now, we're gonna get into more history about Second Chance and the things you guys do and when I met you guys. But I did want to ask one more question, kind of on a family aspect. So you grew up in Chicago and you grew up in Wheaton. You had your mom, not dad, and you grew up with your grandparents.
And my mom. Yeah.
And your mom, okay, and your mom. Two different sides of town, two different areas, but similar family stories. So I'd like to know from both of you guys, what is the impact that family has on the household growing up and the kids and everything like that?
As far as now, the way we do our family, it's more or less, they got an advantage because they got the best of both worlds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They know what not to do. You know what I'm saying? They know what to do. You know, my kids don't even go on the west side of Chicago unless they go on the Maxwell Polish and things of that nature. They don't hang out on the west side of Chicago because they like, man, Dad, you was out there. You know what I mean? So they got the best of both worlds, man, and they're able to understand both of us. See, it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? When you talk to your kids from different light, you know what I'm saying? Like my wife was explaining, you know, it's whole different worlds.
Right.
So raising my kids, it's like a lot of things that I went through and a lot of places I went, they're not going. Like, nah, I'm good. You know?
Isn't that a good feeling?
Make great feeling in the world.
Isn't that a good feeling?
Yeah.
So I grew up in Harvey, but in a real rough time in my life, I stayed on Maypole and Costner at my auntie house on the west side.
I know exactly what it is.
And I look back on it now. I have a son. I look at it now, and he will never.
It's crazy.
He will never even. That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
They don't even think about going to the west side.
He won't, unless we going to visit auntie and them, and leaving, you know, after the party a few hours later.
Yeah.
He will never. You know, right?
Yeah.
It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling.
It's like, nah, Pops, I'm good.
Right.
See,
exactly.
I was the other day, I had to pick them up from the airport, right? And I was riding down the neighborhood. I was like on Pulaski over that way. And I saw this young lady, she was selling snowballs, ice cream, and things of that nature. And it was a liquor store on the corner. It was more people going in this liquor store than buying ice cream, you know what I'm saying, than the snowballs. And I stopped and I grabbed an ice cream from her. She's like, thank you, sir. But she, you know, she was like, I had on one of our T-shirts. She's like, what's that? I said, it's all about helping people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You see, that's what they put on the news. You'll see more people going to these liquor stores or the gang violence or the gunshots. Then you see the little kids, you know what I'm saying, as far as the young sisters, young brothers, the small businesses, you know, operating in the neighborhood.
That is, man, that's so true.
Yeah.
Man, that's so true.
It.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm just kind of reminiscing right now. You know what I'm saying about the ladies over there on like Cicero Avenue, all that. That's doing good stuff, boy. They out there. They got the whole parking lot, just with the plates, the hot plates, and all that kind of stuff. They got 10 turkeys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But also, I think it's interesting too that we're talking about this because what you guys are doing with Second Chance in this area, I feel after meeting you guys that day, I feel like it's planting a new seed here.
Absolutely.
Because you guys don't, I don't know if this is a news flash, but you guys, I'm happy because are not the traditional old, oh, we just doing this, take a picture and then we done with it. You guys are like more hands-on with it and everything. So for our listeners and our viewers, I met you guys at Wabanzi Lake Park. Wabanzi Lake Park, and you guys were having the walk-a-thon.
Yes.
Let's talk about that walk-a-thon. Kick it off. For those who weren't there.
Okay. Well, the walk-a-thon was something that, because I started exercising, so I walk a lot and everything, and I was like, well, everybody walks. Who wouldn't want to do a walk-a-thon to raise money, to help the less fortunate people? So that's basically what it was. It was to raise money to help make people aware of what's going on in our community, and if it's just $1, a dime, or whatever, just contribute to help somebody out because one day we might be in that situation. So I always think ahead. So that's what the walk-a-thon was. And to put our name out there for people to know, okay, we're out here helping. We're young. We're not old people. I mean, well, we are, but we're not.
No, I get you. No, we here. No, take that season, right. That's
Okay.
But, I mean, it's just something nice. I mean, to help somebody, it don't cost you anything to help somebody. I mean, just a hello, you helping somebody. Saying a nice word, you're helping them. And
right.
if people look at it like that, then instead of looking at it like, oh, I gotta help somebody. No, look at it like, you want somebody to say something nice to you. That's how we're helping people.
Okay, now when I came there that day, I met y'all and we were at the under the gazebo, the big thing. It was really nice though. Y'all had music out there. I was y'all had the Dusties going. Man, it was real nice. So we did the walk, came back. Now y'all did do the walk that day, right?
I did, yes.
Absolutely.
I did, yes.
I remember, I think when we were leaving, Calvin was like, all right, now we gonna go walk and everything like that. So I'm glad. But another thing I wanted to ask about was that, what's the community feedback been like with the things that you guys are doing?
It's like people catching on. You know what I'm saying? But you already know it's always slow to catch on.
Sure.
But the determination on our part, that's what keep it going. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a lot of people, when you're giving back or when you're helping people, right? What I get out of it, a lot of people look at it as, if I give you something, I want you to do something.
Right.
But see, we stop at, when we give you something, we plant the seed. I'm glad you see it about the seed thing, because that's this CW, Second Chance, planting the seed.
Right.
So the goal is for us to just plant a seed. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't trying to water it, or we don't give you a T-shirt to say, well, put the shirt on now. No, we just give you a shirt because this is something that we do out the kindness of our heart.
No, and that's why I'm happy to do this interview.
Absolutely.
And so I'm happy to meet y'all because, I've been trying, especially young people, right? I've been trying to, with the show and everything, I'm trying to mold their brain a little bit.
Yeah.
You should just be doing things out of the kindness of your silly heart. You don't need to. You mentioned if somebody does these kind of things for us too. The reason why I volunteer at senior events and all that is because when I get to be 90, hopefully the Lord let the brother live that long. But if I get to be 90, I mean, I would be happy.
Exactly.
If some 18-year-old
walked up to me and said,
man, you good? You know what I'm saying? You all right? I see you moving kind of slow. Can I get the door? So that's why I'm trying to do that now. Pay it forward, plant the seed, or whatever we want to call it. Now, so the response has been good. How can people find out about Second Chance? You guys on Facebook?
Yeah, we're on Facebook.
Okay.
We're on this. We also have a webpage.
What's that webpage now?
www.secondchance, CW, the number 2 ND, chance, INC.com.
What's it like being a husband and wife team running you guys are a nonprofit?
Absolutely.
What's it like being a husband and wife team running a nonprofit? I think you might be the first husband and wife team I met running a nonprofit. I'll do my own research on that, but what's it like?
Crazy. it's crazy, man, because separating the two. You know, it's like she do the secretary part. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, so babe, what do you think about this? Babe, what do you think about that? And it's like, this is her part. You know what I mean? So the solution that I came up with, you know, I'll try to leave. You know what I'm saying? Just let her work that out. Mm-hmm. Then when I bring something to the table, you know what I'm saying? We just look at it as a whole. But it's like, man, it gets crazy, bro. I mean, that's all I can tell you.
I know it does. I'm sure it does. And there's a reason why I asked that question.
Yeah.
Because I've hosted events with 20 plus people and all that, and it's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Are the waters here on time? Everybody gets one bottle and a sticker. Boom, boom. Do we got everybody registered? Okay, it's 10 to make sure the t-shirt's good here, the money box over here. It's a lot to it.
Yeah.
Y'all did it real well when I was there. I mean, it was a well-oiled machine. It was came in, boom, boom, boom. How you doing? This, that, and the other. Check and go. I like that.
Yeah.
I've been to other things, and
chaos.
You don't know what's You don't know what's going on. So I'm actually happy to report it. Y'all got it going on, man. Y'all got it going on.
Appreciate that.
Y'all got it going on.
To make a long story short, though, see, it's a process.
Right.
It's a process. It's like, are you willing to put in that work? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you gotta separate the two. You have to always separate the two. And what a person do good, you know, like me, I'm good at going out talking to different people and meeting people. And she good at putting the paperwork together and doing things like that. But at the end, it has to be right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Coming from her, like, okay, this, that. Okay, so long as this is that, we good.
Right.
We good.
Where'd the logo come from? What's the history with the logo?
Of the praying hands. Just letting people know that we're praying for them. We got God's blood, praying for God's blood to cover them. And, for them to make it through the day. That's what we pray for. God says, what?
Treat people how you want to be treated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we praying for you. That's where the logo really came from. We're praying for you. No matter what you doing, somebody always praying for you. Yeah. Like my mom always say, I've been praying for you, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your grandma, like, they praying for you. So
right.
That's where it come from, man. We always praying for each other. And just, everybody deserves a second chance. And that second chance is within. Right. You know what I mean? You actually know when things are going bad. You can feel certain situations right before it even happened. Mm-hmm. So the praying hands is like, stay here, stay in that peace part. It say peace be still. So stay in the peace part. Right. You know what I mean? And like I said, man, it ain't about what you do with what we give you. It's the fact that we gave you something.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because you will look like, not to dig all the way into it, but it's like,
no, dig into it. No, get to digging. I got a shovel. We can dig. Please dig.
It's people, right, that we passed out some jeans and new T-shirts, and right this weekend we're gonna pass out shirts and socks. But we passed out some jeans and some shoes, some gym shoes, and the guy put the shoes on. The gratitude in his face. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. It's about helping somebody, man. Because I can remember when I was a little dude. My mom bought me a pair of All-Stars. Mm-hmm. I thought I was the fastest dude in the neighborhood. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I can run all day. You know what I mean? Just to show, it's all about showing a person, right, than telling a person. Right. I can tell you I love you, but if I give you something that you actually need, you know what I mean, you appreciate it different. Right. People ask us that all the time, right? So what do you get out of it, man? I don't receive nothing, verbatim, but you can look in a person's eyes. Just that look like, thank you, bro. Right. And like you shared with when we first came, right? It's like building a relationship. Mm-hmm. over the last couple of years, we built a relationship with people that's less fortunate.
Right.
And all they talk about is how people come and take pictures and they never see them again. You know, things of that nature. But when we come back, they be like, hey, there go Calvin, there go Marilyn, there go Aurora. You know, they know the team.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
But what's crazy is, you know, back to what I was saying, when we passed out them shirts, jeans, and gym shoes, right, we pulled up in the section where they was at, and we didn't even know them. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's us. Because they put the stuff on.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Y'all looking good, yeah.
It was crazy, bro. Because one guy, his shoes was messed up. He had holes in his shoes. They was flopping, whatever. And I was like, bro, I'm going to bring you some gym shoes tomorrow. He's like, all right, cool. So we looking for the guy. He wasn't around. He woke up. I'm like, bro, I got the shoes for you. He's like, man, for real? You know, it's just the look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And man, you can't explain it, man. You can't explain it. But
It's a good feeling.
our goal is to just, you know, we can help 1 or 2 people a day, man. It's 365 days in a year, so we did all right.
Right.
You know what I mean? We ain't trying to help the whole multitude, but we're able to help as many people as we can, and that's what we do. You know?
What's wrong with America?
Right now, to me, you know what I'm saying, it's just a lot of distractions. And America is changing, right? Either you're going to go this way or you're going to go that way. But at the end of the day, you got to have a way to go. You know, keep your head up, stay prayed up. And I say that a lot because you never know the outcome of the situation we put ourselves into. So as far as America, you know, they just do what they normally do. You know, it's all about the money and it's all about certain things that they feel that they want to put out there. But you got to have your own belief. You understand what I'm saying? You got to believe in yourself, you know, and treat people how you want to be treated. You know, it's a lot of things that people don't understand, right? And they say if you believe in things you don't understand, you suffer. You know, Stevie Wonder said that. So now, if you're going along with a situation that you don't understand, leave it alone. You know.
You mentioned hateful. Expand on that a little bit.
Because instead of people caring for each other, they're hateful. They're hateful on what somebody got. They're hateful if somebody got a better car than them, a better house than them. Instead of just worrying about yourself and just trying to help other people, stop worrying about what somebody else got. Because God can bless you to have the same thing that they have if you just take what you got already and expand from that. And then you'll see how it grows. God will make it grow.
He will.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
He will. He will make it grow. Now, second chance. I want to share right now. What is a moment in your lives where you got a second chance? We'll start with you.
I got a second and a third chance just recently.
You know what? That's the right. We have to double up right there.
It was a double up. I got a second and a third chance just recently. I mean, I don't even know how to. I mean, I just saw my life flash in front of me recently, and God turned it around. You know, He had me speaking in tongues, had me praying in tongues to bring me back through it, and for that, I'm forever grateful. Forever grateful, and I will show people how grateful I am. I'm in the process of wanting to expand CW Second Chance, so and I got a couple people behind me that's gonna back me up with it. So I just pray to God that that'll work for me and for us, and we can expand our CW Second Chance and have another leaf, another branch growing up off of it.
Okay, all right. I like that. I like that metaphor. Another branch growing, boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that bad boy just sprouting.
Right, watch it grow. And, you know, there's gonna have some other ones come up off of there too. So
yeah,
we're just waiting to see.
We'll get to. I wanted to say too. There was a lot of young people at that event when I was out there. Hard to believe that was the 8th already.
Yeah.
Wow. Right.
Almost a whole month.
Yeah. There was a lot of young people there. There was a lot. I thought that was great. I thought that was great. Calvin, with you, same question. What was the second chance moment?
Man, I don't think it's enough film for me. You know what I'm saying? But I'll let you know a couple of them, man, and we'll dig deeper into that probably next time.
We'll get to part 2.
Man, part 2, 3, 4, 5. But You know, like I said, I grew up on the west side of Chicago, man. You know, the shootings, the gang banging, the jail, you know, the penitentiary. You know, I had a lot of second chances, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I feel that God blessed me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I've been in situations I shouldn't even be sitting here right now. You know what I'm saying? Just about walking down the street.
Right.
You know, you see it on the news every day. Young man gets shot, young girl gets shot. You know, there was a lot of shootings going on, and you know, a lot of crime, and you know, a lot of drugs going on. So you know, I got, man, that's why this is my life. You know what I'm saying? Because the second chance, it saved my life.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and the difference is, bro, when we do this, we're in our, I want to say our CW second chance mode, or you know what I'm saying, as far as this part of life, my lifestyle today, I be dead serious. You know, people come up and try to talk to me about certain things. I don't want to hear that until we get this done. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, with the second chance, if you show a person, right, coming from a person that got numerous of second chances, they're able to see where you come from. See, I know how I feel to be hungry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know how I feel to be homeless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know how I feel to be on drugs. I know how I feel to live in a community where everything messed up. I know how I feel for people to talk about you. I understand that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So by me being a vision of hope to a person that need hope at that time, you know, that's where the second chance come in at.
No, it means a lot because you can read a book, you can get the little brochure, read the back and all that, but if you are not able to identify with the information, it's not going to do you any good.
Exactly.
It's just not. You know what I mean? I can't think of what's that old school saying, book smarts and street smarts, whatever it is, but we know what we're talking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and people should be doing that though too, and I think that that's one of the things. This question is not for you guys. I've asked of other people who give money to nonprofits, right? And I've asked them, like, what are the decisions about who gets money and who doesn't, you know? I want, you know, I'm not the grant giver, but people like you and other people who are doing things, who are the actual people who've made changes in their life and are now doing good, I think those should be the kind of people who are on the front line of getting
Absolutely.
funds and getting things to help them grow. So that leads me to my next question. What can we, the community, do to help you?
I like to say, your hand in my hand, we can make it. Just join hands, man. You know, just get on board. You know, and it's not so much as with CW Second Chance. You know, you can actually go outside and just speak to your neighbor. The goal is to do something. You know, just do something. You know, it's like I was sharing earlier, man. A lot of people look at the negativity, right, and ride with it. You know, you catch a person, well, he was in a car accident, right? Everybody in the whole neighborhood know he was in a car accident.
Right.
But you catch this young brother, he cut grass. You know, you catch this young brother, he cut grass. So don't nobody hear about the young guy that's cutting grass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He cutting older people grass for half price. You don't hear about that. But you hear about John got shot. You know, so far as helping CW Second Chance, man, we got a website. We would love to have as many people on board as we can. You know, we take donations for as clothing and things of that nature. When we have events, just come out. Just come out. Come out, support.
That's actually how this show, it's one of the ways this show started.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all the big shots, right? The news, they coming out interviewing them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they doing the multi-million-dollar thing with they covering that. Hey, we're here with the $26.5 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna say her name, but my friend who is running a daycare out of her house for 10 years.
That's what I'm
Ain't
saying.
nobody supporting her.
But now COVID came, so she can't do it, and now she's about to lose the whole thing, including her house.
Mm-hmm.
How's she supposed to get her word out?
Exactly.
That's the energy that's it.
That's it.
So I appreciate it. That's the point. That's the point. The little guy needs a voice too.
Yeah.
And the people who are out there with the shoes and everything too, man, like I used to live on top of a restaurant downtown in Aurora, man, and I used to see, where my window was on the side of the crib would look into the dumpster
Right.
of the restaurant. And man, like early in the morning, like 2, 3 in the morning, you see these people in there, they climbing the dumpster trying to get something to eat from the throwing out food last night.
There you go.
So the owner of the restaurant he was like, yo man, you live up here, like, why do I come out here and it's all, what's going on? And I told him, I was like, it's, homeless people, they hungry, they can't,
Absolutely.
they come in here and they take out the dumpster and then they go about their business. That's why it's kind of messed up when you come in here in the morning. So you know what he did? He just started leaving his pizza joint. 5, 6 large pizzas, or somebody that don't get the order, they leave it because people don't pick up food sometimes. He was just giving it to them.
That's what's
Man,
up.
y'all take that.
That's what's up, man.
That is what's
That's
up.
what's
I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
That's what we like to see. That's what's moving the ball forward.
Yes.
See, with the information, see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand the information piece. By you telling him that, he was able to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of, like McDonald's and these big corporations, right? The food, if it's sitting up there too long, they'll throw it away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's actually people that can actually. The other day I went to a picnic. Right, I go to the picnic, and every time somebody see me, like, there go Calvin, like, it's good to, which is cool,
Yeah.
They know that I'm gonna help somebody. So they had a lot of food left over, and I was walking off, and they was like, what can we do to get this to the homeless or the people in tents and da 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 da. The reason why I know this information because they like, hey Calvin, I'm like, yeah, what's up? We got some food to give away, right? And so my buddy, one of my friends, he was standing over there. He told him, he like, hey, Calvin gonna take this food, he gonna pass it out.
Right.
And everybody else was like, man, you know what I mean? So when they called me, they had all these hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff that they needed to pass, just give up.
Mm-hmm.
Said, could you get rid of this? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So I bagged it up, you know what I'm saying? They put it all together, and we went out. I was by Elgin, so we passed out, went into Tent City. See, and what people fail to realize, man, when I say this, people ride past the tents. You might ride past the tents and you see the people with the signs. You ride past them. You know what I mean? We actually go in the woods.
Right.
Walk on the train tracks and build this relationship with these people. So I took these hamburgers, right, and passed them out. They was like, man, we have a Memorial Day too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier about the feeling. So I passed them out, and on the way home, I had like 10, 20 sandwiches left. I saw a couple people over there about White Castle.
Right.
I'm talking about Aurora community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Walking down the street, coming from the Hessen house or whatever. Passed them out some sandwiches. Bro, I got some sandwiches. Popped the trunk. Man, you got some condiments? I'm like, man, just take the sandwich, but I can get it.
Yeah, right. Y'all got any relish? Like, bruh.
I had condiments, though. You know what I'm saying? I had packs of mustard, you know what I'm saying? And it was like the feeling, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what you did that day, man, that was huge. The other day, man, Memorial Day, I passed out them hamburgers and hot dogs and brats. And it was crazy because people was coming out of, I was by a laundromat. And the lady that worked the laundry, they say, sir, can I have one? And I'm like, sure. It's like, thank you, man. It's good you doing it for the community. Right. See, it ain't just, and I get it. We be at these stop signs or these stoplights, right? You see the person with the sign. You only have like so many minutes.
Right.
So everybody in their own world, so you're not really paying attention to their shoes.
Right.
Or the jacket that they got on. You know what I'm saying? Some signs say, we'll work for food. You look at that, then the light change.
Right.
Right now we back in our world.
Then you gone, yeah.
So what happened for us is, I was looking at the sign one day, and I looked down. I'm like, wow, this guy needs some shoes. Wow, look at this coat. And the winter was coming. You know what I'm saying? Like you see people with hoodies on. And this Illinois.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
we got something different than the cold. We have the hawk.
Right.
Like, yo. Yeah. It's not just cold.
It's called freezing.
Hawk.
Cold on steroids.
Right, yeah. So, with that too, I think that's a good thing that you bring up because a lot of times what helps people is not always money. You know what I'm saying? It's not always money. It's either food or items and things like that. This is me personally speaking. I think it's insulting giving people change.
Yeah.
It's 2021. 58 cents is not going to get you anything.
Nothing.
It's not going to get you nothing.
That's why I make sure I have dollars. If I have dollars in my purses,
Right.
not to interrupt you.
Yeah.
But if I have dollars in my purses, I make sure that as soon as I see somebody on the thing, I give. If I see you 2-3 times, I see you every week, every day of the week.
Right.
I'm giving you
Right.
$1.
What I started doing too, and you know, going back to the beginning of the conversation, we started about what you learn as you get older. You know, I don't eat lima beans out the can.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Right.
eat greens out the can.
Mm-hmm.
I don't eat black eyed peas out the can. I don't eat a lot of stuff. I don't eat fruit cocktail, all that. But you know what I don't do no more? I don't throw it away.
There you go. There you go.
Give it away.
I got in my basement. I have a donation section now,
There you
and
go.
my mom taught me. I learned it growing up now, and I'm seeing like, no, bro, like that's what I do now. That's what I do now. You know what I'm saying? And it makes me feel good. It makes me feel a little like I feel like I'm actually like changing the world. You know, and yeah, man, I do.
It give you a tingling sensation.
It does,
inside.
man. When I take these boxes of stuff and drop it off at the food pantry, because you know what I learned, which I kind of feel naive. You know, food pantries don't just be having food. They got to get it delivered, or they have to get it donated.
Absolutely.
Food don't grow on trees. I didn't even realize that until, you know, last with the pandemic and everything, when the food pantry was like, we're running out, we need donations. Then I was like, food pantries run out of food?
Yeah.
That's when I was like, oh, snap. Like, I need to do my part. I need to do my part. All right, go on, I'm sorry.
I said, yeah, absolutely. Because see, what people don't understand is the work that's put into this.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You'll look at the person giving you something, but you got to remember this person got this from somewhere. He had to do this to get here. You know what I'm saying? Like when we started out, it was all about, I was like, what can we do? What can we do? And it was all about the water. So I think we took like, what, $100, $200 and bought water. I ended up with like 500 waters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For like $100, I ended up, you know, 24 packs, $3 for this, 12 pack. You know what I'm saying? So I invested that money, right? But what people have to understand is, man, we got to help each other. You know what I'm saying? From all angles.
Right.
You know, because the food just, you gotta plant the seed. You know what I'm saying? Then get the food. Then they gotta go through the process. Then they gotta go through this. Then you get it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it took, hard work. You know what I'm saying? I had to work at the job to make the money.
Right.
You know, people overlook that part, which is cool. I get it. But that's the help that we need, man. For providing, to be able to, you know what I'm saying, to provide for the people that need. That's all.
All right, last question. Who picked the music for the walk-a-thon?
Oh, that's all me. That's all
Okay.
me. Slow jazz, come on, man. That's all me, baby. That's all me. Y'all do the rap and all that extra stuff. You know, we need some Marvin Gaye. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because he said I couldn't play my music.
What's your music?
Church music.
Okay.
I listen to gospel all the time.
Okay.
Which is cool.
Yeah, right. Shouts out to the gospel.
Yeah,
Yeah. When you are cleaning your house on Sunday morning at 9 a.m., there you can't go wrong. Yeah.
Some Marvin Gaye, what's going on?
Right,
What's
yeah,
going
yeah.
on?
I can't think of something like when we pulled up and I started walking over. I don't know if it was like Teddy P. It was some like mega dusty that was playing. I was like, what? in the-
Isley Brothers. or
Something. Yeah, it was like a.
Probably Isley Brothers, like OJ.
It was a stone cold dusty.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
That's out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you know one thing about our music, growing up, our music had messages in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's too many of you dying. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
exactly,
That
yeah.
song, Mother,
Yeah.
mother, you know what I mean? Songs like that. You know, money, 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 money. You know.
Yeah,
Our
exactly.
music had, you had a story. You know what I mean?
People will steal from their brother. Right.
Rob their own mother.
Exactly. Rob their
You know
own
what I'm
mother.
saying? So you know, our music.
It said it meant something.
It had a message.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, just to add to that, man, and I always put this out there when I talk to people or, you know, a lot of people that I love and they wonder what's going on in America and what's wrong with the community. What had happened, bro, like over 20-some years ago, I say over 20, probably longer than that, they put PlayStation in our house. You know what I'm saying? So now our kids got addicted to PlayStation, you know, Grand Theft Auto and all these crazy games, right? And with these games, they use guns, they carjack people, they rob people. This a game, just on the PlayStation game.
Shoot them in the head, steal the car, drive to the other place.
Do all that, carjacking. Now the same guns that's on PlayStation is in our community. You know, as far as on the west side where I grew up, and I know the same guns, they doing the same exact stuff. They carjacking people, they robbing people. All this is a game. But what our youth don't understand is it's an ending to the game. See what I'm saying?
And it's not. This ain't Mario.
This ain't
when
Mario.
You die, you ain't got
5 lives.
Hey, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You don't wake up and go to the next level.
Yeah,
You understand
no,
what I'm saying?
exactly.
We gonna lose somebody, right? That's gonna hurt a family. And you're gonna lose somebody to the penitentiary, and that's gonna hurt a family.
Right.
And half of these kids that's doing these crimes and all this services, putting themselves in these situations, right? They might have kids. So now you got a person that just lost his dad or just lost his mom. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the way we look at things today, perception.
Right.
Perception.
Right.
With this PlayStation game, everybody, or with these games in general, everybody think it's a game. It's not a game out here, man.
I had a friend. We'll wrap it up on this. I had a friend, and you know, I will admit I ain't really talked to my boy in a while because I was quite disappointed in him. But he said, this is a while ago now, but he's like, how the show going, man? I'm like, man, it's going good, my brother. You know, when you gonna come on? We'll see. He's like, where your numbers at right now? I told him what the numbers was and all that. He was like, that ain't shit. He was like, what? He was like,
Right.
man, you gotta add some controversy or something, man. You gotta change the topics up, man. You need to talk about woo. And I'm looking at my brother, right? And I'm thinking to myself, what black folks don't need more of is hood fights and
Negativity.
and you know, Lil Durk shooting at who? What would I look like?
Promote that.
I can't be my brother's keeper like that.
Nah.
And we rolling. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even I'm just looking at him. And it really, like, my brother. Why would he expect me to continue to postulate the garbage that we already see? That's what they expected us to do.
Absolutely.
That's what black people do when they get a little something. They do something detrimental to their own cause.
Absolutely.
You know, like I think the worst phrase in the world. You talk about PlayStation. I agree with you. In my day, it was Nintendo. I'm a little bit older. Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
Right.
You didn't know karate though, so by you not knowing karate, you ain't go out and ta.
Right. Exactly. Right. But you know, I think the worst thing that ever happened was that phrase "keep it real."
Mm-hmm.
That has caused more just negativity, perpetuating stereotypes than anything.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And again, going back to how we kind of started this, you know, second chance and other people doing things that are not always known or heard about. This is the point.
Absolutely.
This is the point. 46,827 people saw the video with whatever the rapper was punching the other rapper. But how many of those people are voting?
Absolutely. You know, you catch.
Are they renting or are they owning their home?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Did they call their mom yet? Like,
There you go.
the BS has to end somewhere, and I'm just trying, like y'all trying to do, just to add our part. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that no more. We're not doing that no
Gasoline
more.
on the fire.
We're not doing that no more.
Gasoline on the fire, man. You know, and it's like what I want to do. You know, what we do is, you know what I'm saying, you as well. We just focusing on changing perception.
Right.
You know, what is your perception?
Right.
And with the second chance thing, we want people to understand that it's a second chance now. You know, a person be in the neighborhood and something bad happen and they live. That's a second chance.
Right.
So we want people to be able to identify when second chances come about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not it's luck. I was just lucky. No, you weren't lucky. You got a second chance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, if it's Jack, the roll of the dice. No, it's not the roll of the dice. You got a second chance.
Right.
So that's what we promote, man. You know, and anybody and everybody deserve one. See, it's all about what you deserve, not what you, hey man, I got this. No, you deserve that.
Right.
Or you wouldn't, you know, just waking up is a second chance.
Right.
So you get a second chance every day you wake up.
That's a fact.
See what I'm saying? So when a person learn to realize that and can understand that and feel it, see, it's a difference from telling somebody something and a person feeling what you're saying.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, a person say, I'm hungry, you give them a sandwich. You can feel, I can feel that. And I ain't even been to sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because this person being genuinely honest.
Right.
And that's the goal, man.
It's a young brother. I'm gonna follow up with him. It's a young brother. He had some drug problems, something like that. He did some, I don't know what he did, but he got locked up. He got out, and you know what he does now? Do you know what this young man does? And I'm so happy. This young man now, he's a barber.
Okay.
At a very fantastic barber shop.
Okay.
And he goes and cuts hair at the King County Jail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, when I heard the story, I thought I was going to be interviewing an inmate who's a barber at the jail. It was like, no, this brother, no, he do this on, you know, he just come back and show a little love.
Yeah.
And show, because jails are a revolving door. Sometimes you see somebody that, you know, and show all the brothers that, like, you know what, you get that second chance.
Absolutely. You talking to a man that went that route.
Like, bro, we went from commissary
Absolutely.
to barbecues in the backyard with the kids now. Come on, we
Man,
it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
Like I said,
It's a beautiful thing.
That's another story.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's a part of my story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm happy, man. We blessed. Because
Man.
those stories, that's the kind of thing that, like, yeah, people need to know about that. If you can know what Joe Biden did, what his favorite ice cream is, well,
Right.
guess what? You can learn what this 20-year-old is doing now.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
To understand, coming from a Roman noodle to a steak,
Right.
you need to know that.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right. This was a good interview. This was a good conversation.
Absolutely.
This was a really good conversation.
Yeah, it was. And just to let you know, we have another event coming up.
Okay.
It's going to be on August 7th.
August 8th, right?
August 7th.
August 7th.
Okay.
August 7th. I think it's August 7th. Let me check to make sure.
Okay.
Because I don't want to tell you the wrong date. But I believe it's August 7th. It's a big community picnic. I'm gonna try to pull up the flyer so you can see it.
Okay. And Calvin, you text me that at the end too, and I'll
got
post
you
it on the Facebook.
Yeah, man. But the picnic gonna consist of that's why we did the walk-a-thon to raise some funds. We still trying to get to where we need to get.
Right.
But it's gonna be in North Aurora at the park. Free hamburgers, hot dogs, brats.
Yeah, it's a community picnic,
Okay.
and we're looking for all nail techs, barbers, any volunteer, anybody that grillers, anybody that wants to, participate in this day with us to help make a less fortunate person's day very fantastic. So we got that to put out to let people know that also.
Cool. Yeah. Text me that.
I got
and
you.
I'll post that on the Facebook, the Instagram, all that.
Yeah,
Make sure
that's the
people know
next
about
event
that.
we got coming up, man. Because like I said earlier, just to show a person.
Right.
You know, I want to bring a van or two, ride around, just pick people up. Hey man, come on, you decide you hungry today. Today you hit the lottery. That's what we look at it. Just get in and go to
Sometimes a brother do be hungry. I'm gonna hit you up. Hey yo,
Boom, yeah.
hit this address, bro.
Man.
All
Let's
right.
go.
The show ends on a positive note. What is your message today for the people of Aurora?
We're here. We're here to help. Don't feel embarrassed. Don't feel ashamed to ask for help, because there is people out there that's willing to give it to you with no questions asked, no problems, no anything.
And for me, always be open-minded, man. Always be open-minded. You never know when bad times can happen. You know, and treat people how you want to be treated. And that's the best thing I can say right now is just treat people how you want to be treated, man. You know, everybody needs somebody. And that's it.
On behalf of Good Morning Aurora, we appreciate you both very much for coming in here and telling us about Second Chance. And as I mentioned, we will post that information so that anybody listening and watching can come out on August 7th of this year, Community Day Picnic in North Aurora.
Absolutely. We'd love to have you. Love to have you.
Yep. So we appreciate this. I hope that all you listeners out there be blessed, be dedicated, be focused, and as Calvin said, always be open-minded, and let's see what we can do to help our shared community.
Absolutely.
And with that, we out. Peace.
We out.